Yeah, man, I heard about that ban, bro. You would think, they trying to ban us out. You think they do something about the fentanyl? Oh, hold on, let me call you back. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy C. We back with another video today, man. It's a different video, but you know what? Before we get into the day, I need y'all to know something, bro. You woke up today, so you blessed, twin. You feel me? You woke up today, so you blessed, twin, just like me. You feel me? The Lord woke us up. So we're gonna take this little moment and say thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, I know why y'all clicked on the video, man. I'm already knowing what it done tried. They trying to cook everything, bro. They trying to ban us. They trying to chop the cheese. You know what? That's crazy. So, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, bro. There's probably a lot of y'all that's watching this video that's new. I'm about to get into what's going on with this whole hemp space, with the whole smoke world, with THCA, the hemp, all that, man. All that, right? But first, I need y'all to follow my Instagram, right there. Join the Discord. We're doing a giveaway every week. Every week until Christmas, we're doing a giveaway, so join the Discord. And that giveaway we was just talking about is live right now, twin. All you gotta do, follow my Instagram, the JK Instagram, like this video, send me a screenshot that you've liked this video and that you follow all the pages. Hey, first person to do that wins this giveaway. And don't you trip, we're doing one next week. I told y'all we're doing these till Christmas. So shout out to JK. Y'all do that. Make sure you follow on Instagram anyway. But let's get right back to the video. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give it a trace that. Your boy done wrote a little script. You feel me? Because I want to get y'all the best information possible. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to leave y'all with under the bull, none of the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it to y'all straight. And I got to be careful with a YouTube video because I need to get age restricted so y'all can really be informed. So if you want to know what that you see every once in a while is, just know, my friends, it's your mama. And I ain't saying that to be funny. I literally mean your mama. Hit the corner so you can see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, so without further ado, I guess we can get into it. You thought about them heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for waking us up today, Lord. I thank you for everything that you do for me and everybody watching this video. I thank you for just keeping us safe and just keeping us blessed with everything that you bless us with, Lord. And I thank you for keeping us on the path that you have made and loving us unconditionally and just never giving up on us, Lord. I thank you for just loving us and just taking care of us, like I said, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So, now we can get to the video. So, I guess the first thing we need to talk about is, what is getting banned? What is hemp? What is THCA? You know, I gotta get out a little technical, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, why it's creating all this legal fuss, how the market itself is actually booming before this week, and what you can low-key expect from your state and the country now. You know what I'm saying? I wrote this, I was gonna tell y'all state by state how to move, you know what I'm saying? But shit, they dropped the nuke. They dropped the nuke, you know what I'm saying? What is THCA? There you go. You can read that. I ain't trying to say that shit. Nah, I'm playing. What is THCA? The robot answer is THCA is a acid. It is the precursor to THC, the compound that many people know as the psychoactive part of cannabis. In its raw form, THCA doesn't produce the typical high unless it's heated or lit on fire. You know what I'm saying? Or decarboxylated. See, these big words, boy, I don't need to be putting big words on here. That's bull, you feel me? But pretty much to give y'all a straight rundown of what THCA is, and in case you are still confused, bro, I'm putting it to you straight like this, right? I'm gonna put it to you straight like this. This is how similar Delta-9 THC and THCA are. Are you ready? Say you put both of them in a Woodiana, you wouldn't get high from either one of them until you sparked it up. I'm just talking about flour, obviously, for this example, you know, just to get through it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, that's how close we are. That's the good cousin, you know what I'm saying? Once it's lit up by it, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it doesn't activate till it's decarboxylized or whatever that word is, so it's lit up, right? So, either way, THCA is the topic of discussion right now. It's the most controversial thing on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? You wanna know why? Because it technically can be sold almost anywhere, you feel me? There's certain places that have little laws and regulations in state now, in certain states, but for the most part, it can be sold anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, Delta-9 cannabis, you can only get it in certain states, you know what I'm saying? Me being a North Carolinian, if I want some Delta-9 THC legally, I gotta go up to the Cherokee dispensary. There's other places that have other laws, you know what I'm saying? In DC, you can walk around that toting, you know what I'm saying? But the difference, the THCA can be sold like hemp because it does not test over 0.3% Delta-9 THC, you feel me? until it's lit up. That's the difference. That's why it can be shipped legally everywhere, because it's technically hemp until it's sparked up as THCA. Just to give y'all, y'all know what THCA is, man. I ain't really get y'all. I've been explaining this too long. If you clicked on this video, you know what THCA is. So now let's talk about what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of explaining THCA. Y'all know what THCA is. This all boomed in 2018 with the 2018 Farm Bill. You feel me? That little loophole in there with the hemp is how they was able to move certain cannabinoids around the country freely and legally. You know what I'm saying? Not Delta 9, but your THCAs, Delta 8s, Delta 10s, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it allows raw THCA flower to be sold as hemp everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That 2018 Farm Bill loophole. But like I said, I wrote this video last week. The government dropped an update, you feel me? That loophole we just spoke about is now closed, you feel me? They came through and said, oh, word, you feel me? We're gonna get into why they did that, you feel me? We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But that loophole that everybody been eating off of for the last little bit, they said, they cut that. Now, one part that's interesting to me that we will get into is you would think everybody in the weed world would be, oh, no, man, no. It's actually kind of split right now. Like, a lot of the older, established people that are in, you know, the weed world that have been smoking the same weed for forever are happy about this. They're happy with the ban of hemp. Other people are not. You feel me? So I'm not saying that to be like one is right or one is wrong. You feel me? I'm gonna try to give y'all honestly an unbiased opinion, because I've been everywhere smoking all types of stuff. We smoke THCA, we smoke Delta 9. Do I want THCA to get banned? Obviously not. But I have to give y'all a P, like, you know, I gotta keep a P with what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Boy, this video was chopped, I'm sorry. And obviously, all the information, I'll list all my sites, all my sources down below, you feel me? I'm not just pulling this out of my ass, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, there's been a lot of updates this week. On November 12th, 2025, Congress passed a law. Well, on November 13th, 2026, it will completely close that loophole. So you won't have THCA and THC. That's not how they're gonna test it. They're going to test it by this thing called total THC. So it don't matter if your THCA levels is high and your Delta 9 is low. No, they testing that joint off of total THC. So all them THCA packs that you getting in the mail legally through hemp, cooked. You feel me? As of right now, if you watching this video before November 13th, 2026, you know, we still living by the regular regulations of if it's under 0.3 Delta 9 THC, it's THCA, it's legal, we can smoke it. But you got a year, and it's less than a year by the time this video get out, you know what I'm saying? And that like law will take place nationwide, so everywhere will be testing for total THC. If you in a state that's DC rec, this don't really affect you, you know what I'm saying? It may in the future with certain little things, but this overall does not really affect you. It's crazy because some states already treat THCA like THC. Like they already do they pretty much live by the total THC. They do live by the total THC testing. Now you're about that loophole. They said, nope, they closed it. They been closed it, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because some states will have an outright full ban on flower, edibles, vapes, anything like that, where other states were completely, fully okay with hemp products, you know what I'm saying? Completely and fully okay with it. So if your state right now allows THCA, if things continue going like they look and how they set, that November 13th, 2026 is gonna be a crazy ass day, twin. I ain't gonna lie to you. And this whole thing got popped off because of the exploitation, I guess you could call it, of hemp-derived intoxicants. So the things that get you fried, the things that get you frizzled. If we was talking about, if this was like a CBD thing, I guess as what they swear it was intended for in 2018, this would have never happened, you know what I'm saying? And because we've got to where we are now, 7 years later in 2025, it's looking like this ban could wipe out almost 95% of products on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me re-say. This could wipe out 95% of hemp products on the shelves, right? Like, hey, that's D-Day, gang. November 13th, 2026, that's D-Day. So I'm just gonna refer to it as D-Day. On D-Day, shelves white. You know what I'm saying? So when I was writing this, I was gonna give y'all examples of states that is a little different. So the three I was gonna use was gonna be Texas, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. You feel me? Texas, you get caught with some wax, death penalty damn near. You feel me? They ain't playing with the gas, the Zy down in Texas. Hemp, Zy don't matter. They ain't playing with you in Texas. They don't give a fuck. The representative, the congressman that pushed all this from the Senate, I wonder where he's from. You know what I'm saying? But then you got places like North Carolina. North Carolina is low-key the biggest distributor of THCA on the East Coast. Charlotte right now look like LA with the THCA. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But it was kind of a middle ground, you feel me? They weren't gonna OC pressure about the THCA, but they weren't pressing to ban it or legalize it necessarily. It was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? It was just chilling. You feel me? It is what it is. Versus places like Pennsylvania, where they were sticking by the 2018 Farm Bill, from what I heard exactly. Like, it was completely legal. Wasn't even a little gray area. They was just, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just what I heard. Y'all definitely let me know if I got lied to by Google, because I trust y'all more than I do them when it comes to bullshit like that, how the police treat y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can definitely let me know. But honestly, none of that shit matter anymore. Like, it doesn't matter anymore, to be honest, because of D-Day. You know what I'm saying? Because of D-Day. Because if D-Day go through, it's going to be illegal either way. But another one I want to talk about is Georgia. So, Atlanta, Georgia, you feel me? Shout out to the A. They was big on that total THC. They test the whole plant for the total THC. They don't care about the THCA, the Delta 9, the Delta 8, the THCV. They don't care. They testing the total THC. I'm pretty sure they've been doing that. So if you in that area, that's kind of what they pushing to do federally. You know what I'm saying? If you in that area, you understand what that's been like. That's kind of what they're pushing to do federally with how the stores and stuff like that is working. But like a lot more serious as well. And like I said, citations down below. Now, I do want to let y'all know to please stay up to date with y'all local laws and local things, because the states are preparing for D-Day. You know what I'm saying? They getting ready. They starting to line up. This shit happened fast, bro. It got pushed to the Senate, then approved by the House the next day, and now it's signed. It's like, hold on, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? What is happening? By the way, Channel X120 if you need anything from JK Distro. Whoa, did you hear that? If y'all trying to smoke good until this shit get banned, hit that link. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They ain't intro. But $25 purple label is blowing crazy right now. Shout out JK Distro. You already know what it is. Now, I think we can get to the real reason behind all of this in my opinion. This is my opinion. You feel me? If you don't want to care about my opinion, you don't want to hear my opinion, you can skip ahead in the video. This is my opinion on why all this is happening, right? Munyon. THCA is not just like some random business thing that popped up or some random like market thing that happened that was just cool. No, no. Since 2020, the U.S. hemp market has absolutely boomed. I'm talking, you can get that big 5 big booms. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. But we're talking about billions with a B. Billions on products like the THCA flower, vapes, concentrates, edibles, all those things, right? And just to give y'all a little bit of numbers, to give y'all some context, let me give y'all some numbers, gang. In 2023, the hemp-derived cannabinoid market pulled in around 28 billion nationwide. 28 billion, right? Let me hit the source. If you don't believe me, hit the source. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the THCA is considered the fastest growing category of all the hemp stuff. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. So that joint ran up 28 billion, you feel me? Just making money. You know what I'm saying? The joint is making bread. You know what I'm saying? It's making billions and billions of dollars. But you know what comes with billions and billions of dollars of revenue? Jobs. You got farmers, lab workers, distributors, like everybody that's working that is a part of this, right? They estimate that is hundreds of thousands of jobs nationwide. Hundreds of thousands of jobs nationwide, gang. All depending on this industry. All depending on the hemp industry. Like, all depending on it. So a federal ban would kind of like kick them to the curb. Not even kind of, it would definitely just kick them to the curb, you know what I'm saying? But it also affects the money that's going into the states as well, because if they cut, you know, they mess with the taxes, they mess with the money on the people that make, you know what I'm saying? But they mess with the money overall, it's probably messing with the coin that's going into the old nigga, the senator, you know, it's probably messing with his coin too, and he ain't really a fan of that, you know what I'm saying? Them old folks, they've been around since segregation, they definitely ain't going for blowing blunts, you know what I'm saying? There's so much economic bullshit going on right now. This is just another part of it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's kind of a real talking point now, because there's real deal bread and jobs at stake with this THCA stuff, with this hemp industry, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for us to, you know, if this is something you are passionate about speaking out against, you need to speak out against it, you know what I'm saying? You need to call your representative, you need to call your person, your local folk, and you need to tell them you ain't okay with that. You is not okay with it. The new federal limit would be 0.4 milligrams of total THC after D-Day. So, yeah, bro, that's cooked. I ain't gonna lie. 0.4 milligrams of total THC? Boy, you gonna need a billion. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you have a lot of people who, that's a lot of what's going on with the hemp thing. They're banning hemp pretty much overall in 2026. But there's something I really want to talk about, because, and this is what I was referring to earlier with like the old heads. First of all, a lot of people you see online, them old niggas arguing online, they don't like THCA because they're plugs, and that shit their business model. They were eliciting illegal drugs, and then found out you could order Za online and they lost all their business. That's why a lot of people be hating. But I was seeing some good pushback about things like false COAs, you know what I'm saying? People falsifying COAs, not being up to date, not having a good regulation, just bullshit. There's a lot of stuff out there about THCA companies that should be safer and provide all the right information, not doing that properly and correctly. And, you know, that's not okay. So we're not going to act like that is okay. If you see something about it, you need to call it out. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit. You need to call it out. The thing that was kind of upsetting me, the only thing that was kind of upsetting me through all of this is the people who are like kind of pushing for back to the black market. You know, it's because in states like mine, in North Carolina or in states that are not going to be a recreational legal, you know, recreational state after D-Day, like after D-Day happened is cooked, everybody gonna go back to the black market in a sense. Like, I don't think that's a good thing, but that's what it seems like a lot of people are kind of pushing for. And I don't know if y'all have not like been on the same planet I've been in. I don't know if like we've been doing different shit, but if y'all not been seeing the dying on fentanyl, like, God forbid, now look, God forbid send me some Za that's ass and it's got a fake COA. God forbid. I'd take that 100 times out of 100 times before I got cross-contaminated on accident with some fentanyl. And like, I don't give a what you saying. That shit happens a lot. I know multiple people in my life that have lost their life from a lace joint, a up joint that somebody else rolled for them, or they went and got something from a plug that had their hand in everything, and then when they scooped that 3.5 and put it in that bag, there was a little bit of something, and that little bit of something is all it took. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens, bro. So before y'all go back and talk shit to these people that are about to get kicked off the THCA market and have to go back to the streets, which I'm not advising, like, that, don't get me twisted. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just being a realist. Like, if you take people's option to order it online safely away, they're just gonna go back to the plug down the road. That's common sense, bro. Like, that's actual common sense. So before you push for that, I just want us to like really understand, especially like, I'll put some numbers up on the screen. Look at what fentanyl been putting up crazy numbers, gang. Like, what the you not competing with this? All right, bro, I'm sorry, you putting these like who have never bought weed, bro, hold on. If this is you, I'm sorry. I love you, gang, I love you. If you're putting these niggas who have never bought weed from anybody in the real world, they've just bought dispensary or online, you put them in the real world, and now they gotta with these that may or may not be good people. Like, I know people that's good people, but I know people that's bad people too. You know what I'm saying? And you never know who Sally Mae is finna run across. That's my biggest point. I know some of y'all don't give a about that. That was something that's big to me. But the last point I want to hit on with the money, and this is just, I'm gonna keep this quick, simple. This is, if you want to call it a conspiracy, call it what you want to call it. The sky blue. They make money off of locking y'all up. They own the prisons. They own the clothes in the prisons, the shoes in the prisons, the food in the prisons. So the more in prison, the more money you make from in prison. If everybody's smoking weed, if you make weed illegal, it's very easy to lock people up for it. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I ain't even got to get too much into it, but you see what I'm saying, folks. So I feel like we covered all the breakdown, bro. Like, we covered what is THCA, why all this shit getting banned, you feel me? Or what's happening with the ban, why everything is getting banned, my opinions on some of the stuff. I know y'all don't give a about some of this shit, but I hope this was a video that can encapsulate some of the things going on in the world, you know what I'm saying, with this hemp world, because there's a lot going on, bro. I know this was a longer video than some people have made, but I really wanted to break down everything, because I've never really made a video like this before, breaking down, you know, what's really going on. If there's facts that by the time this video drops that, you know, come out, let me know down below in the comments, and that's right, that are actually speaking real facts, you'll see me either pin the comment or, you know, put my little heart beside the comment. Niggas speaking bullshit, you gonna find them at the bottom of the comments, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all so much. If y'all want to make an impact, bro, if y'all want to make a change, hopefully be a difference, you can contact your lawmakers directly, call, email, or even send a polite letter to your members of Congress and let them know why THCA matters to you, or why hemp matters to you. You know what I'm saying? Let them know why hemp matters to you. The more voices they hear, the more they might give. You know what I'm saying? But just please make sure y'all stay informed, share real information, and yeah, man, like, that's the main thing, bro. Y'all stay informed, y'all keep it P, you know what I'm saying? Stay up to date, and please don't get arrested. You know what I'm saying? That's my main thing. Please don't get arrested out there. Stay off that damn fentanyl. Stay away from that fentanyl. And yeah, man, so there'll probably be another update to this video. That'll probably be shorter. I just wanted to cover everything, like I said. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. You living swell and you smoking well. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never, ever miss an upload from your boy. But other than that, man, I love y'all so much. I'm going to see y'all for the next one. Peace. Hey, I appreciate you for liking the video. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I appreciate you for stopping by. YouTube say you gonna like this video right here if you like this one, twin. You know what I'm saying? If you like this video, you gonna like that one. But you hear the song? That's my song, Soul Circus. It's out. It just dropped on my project 1111 by me, YouTube exclusive. Go hit that corner, man. Go tap in with it, man. I love y'all. See y'all for the next one. Don't try, little bruh. Promise you ain't got enough steez. If you reach, little nigga, you shaking his hand at the meet and greet.